Hello, I'm your new favorite JJ Caballero, joined by the lovely Goins, Casey Goins. And this is MonoStereoVideo, a podcast about movie music. I'm a songwriter, producer, DJ, while Casey is an amazing hairstylist and salon owner. And we love movies and music, and this is the perfect excuse to talk about music and movies. Welcome to the year 2025. Welcome. Right? Welcome. This is the first one of 2025.
Cool.
Yeah, this is the first one. What's up? How's it going? We're back at it.
That song keeps popping in my head, the one that you were singing the other day. I think it was...
Oh, man.
I can't think of the name of the band, but I want to say Axl Rose.
Okay, Guns N' Roses?
Okay, that Back in the Saddle Again.
Oh, that was Aerosmith.
Oh. I'm back in the saddle again.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Aerosmith.
That's right.
We're back in the saddle again, baby. Back in the saddle again. Welcome to the first episode of the year. We had a good holiday. Thank you for being cool with letting us take some time to not record a fucking episode. I shouldn't say it like that, but I will say it like that. I mean, I get, like towards the end of the year, it was just like, oh, fuck, like so much stuff,
events and family
so
stuff,
much.
and it was busy.
So much family stuff. We did so much stuff with my family in particular. And your family too. We saw them a lot. That was good. Yeah, we had a good time doing that. That was a good time. Today as well, Casey been doing. You got chores done. I worked.
Yep.
We did we're doing some spring cleaning a little bit. I guess a little earlier than
winter
spring.
Winter cleaning.
Some winter cleaning. Some
I'm like winter clean.
Late winter cleaning. Yeah, yeah. Getting ready for the new year. Getting ready for going out of town and feeling better about leaving our stuff back at home. We also would like to thank you for listening to Go. I also reposted, in the middle of all of that, I reposted Lost Highway. I think I reposted Lost Highway as well. And then before all that, what did we do before Go? We did Phantom of the Paradise. Yeah. So if you want to catch up with some of that stuff, those episodes are still up there. You're more than welcome to check that stuff out. Follow us at MonoStereoVideo on the Instagrams, and look at the show notes for our link. It's like a link tree with MonoStereoVideo, so you can check out the various things that we do and the various places that we are on the internet, Ko-Fi and such. Tons of links. There's going to be tons of links. Today's episode is on the year 2000. Let me double make sure. 2003. I was going to say 2000, but it was made in the year 2003. Did you graduate 2003 or 2004? Yep. 2003, right? All right. The 2003, I wouldn't say it's a cult classic. Like, it was kind of a flop, but we like it.
I mean, yeah, it was a flop, but I think it was just because, like, I don't think everybody was ready for it.
Nobody was ready for it.
And it was the first movie that he had come out. Well, I mean...
Party Monster. The Fenton Bailey and Randy Barbado 2003. Actually, it's a 20-year-old movie now. It's a 20-year-old movie now. Yeah. That's wild, huh? That's wild. That was 20 years ago. That's crazy. So, Party Monster. And Casey's right. This was Macaulay Culkin's first movie back since Richie Rich. That's wild, huh?
So think about all the people that saw Richie Rich and loved it and whatever, and they're like young adults, and then seeing him in this, they were like,
yes. This was Richie Rich was 1994. So this was like 9 years later. It was almost 10 years later. Almost 10 years later, and that was the last thing that he had done.
Yep.
Wow. That's what. And I mean, you're talking about me. I was a little Macaulay head. Home Alone was my little favorite movie because I was like, yeah, I want to be like Kevin McAllister. I want to do booby traps on bad guys and have my cool talk boy. I had a talk boy. The talk boy's in there. You know what I mean? Like, I was a talk boy. So like, yeah, I wanted my shenanigans done. I wanted to do my shenanigans. So yes, this was Macaulay Culkin's first movie back, which is wild. I couldn't find any sort of article that was like, oh, he came back for this reason or that reason. But I mean, you know, he's probably like, it was probably like, he's done stuff on the in between, personal life, family shit. Probably went to school, did some learning. Let's see. The directors are like documentarians mainly. They did the documentary on this also, the Party Monster the shockumentary. That's what it was called. They did stuff. They're mainly like HBO documentaries. So they did the Inside Deep Throat, that Mapplethorpe documentary that we were watching.
Okay.
That had him taking pictures. Carrie Fisher's documentary. It's called Wishful Drinking, but that was an HBO thing as well. Every Brilliant Thing. Which was that? It was another HBO document. Did I watch that one? I don't know. It's another HBO documentary. The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I think I've seen The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I think I've seen this documentary before. It came out in the year 2000. RuPaul narrated that one. Oh, wow. But yeah, that seems like more their bag. And this movie was very, like, documentary-ish. It's more along the lines of, like, 24-hour party people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it had that same look and feel.
Yeah. Where it's, like, comedic, but you're like, okay, they're telling some truth, and then some are, like, meant to be funny and outlandish.
Yes. What did you think the first time? When, where, what were you the first time that you saw this movie?
I think this one was probably that we rented from, like, Hollywood Video or something like that. I was excited for it, and just because, like, Seth Green was going to be in it, and, like, I just thought he was so funny, and so I was excited to watch it.
You're ready for some Oz action? Some late stage Oz? Yeah, Seth Green, I mean, we'll go over the cast list in just a bit, but yeah, I was telling Casey, I don't know if I vocalized this, but the first time I saw this movie, I caught it kind of midway when they were, like, in that scene when they're in Dallas and they're doing the money, sex, fame. Like, that scene is what I caught. And what caught my eye, it was like, is that Macaulay Culkin? With a little Hitler mustache? And, like, doing this weird song? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So I stayed there watching it, and it was very, like, if you catch it from there on, it's a very depressing movie, but if you catch it from there on, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, like, why?
That's the downer. That's where the down happens right there. So, like, I caught it then. It must have been, like, maybe, like, a year or two after it came out, a couple of years when I was watching my independent film channel shit. It was I probably saw it around the same time as I saw, like, Donnie Darko and all that stuff too. Hedwig, things like that, exposed to different types of movies. But yeah, so this is pretty much an adaptation of the James St. James memoir called Disco Bloodbath. And James St. James is another figure. He's the other figure in this. He's kind of like, I mean, they kind of go back and forth between who the storyteller is, right? That's pretty cool too. Like, the framing device is like, they're gonna interview James St. James, and then as he's telling the story, Michael Alig takes the camera away from him. So this is a story about the Michael Alig, the club kid murder. I don't know if any of you all are, like, true crime fans out there, but this is like it is a big true crime thing. It was a big true crime thing. Had you heard about it or anything before you saw the movie, or like in years since, have you seen anything true crimey and stuff about it?
No.
No. I mean, we saw the documentary. We had seen the documentary.
I don't remember if it was during COVID or
something like that. Yeah. Yeah, you're true. But this was a big deal. I mean, it was a pretty horrible murder. James St. James, who himself is a personality, an original club kid, nowadays makes appearances on, like, RuPaul's Drag Race, makes appearances on, like, used to make appearances on Project Runway and stuff. Kind of like a talking head in, like, the VH1 fashion, all that whole ecosphere and stuff like that. He does that. That's his thing.
A personality.
Nah, he's a personality. He's a personality and grew out of, which, you know, I mean, these guys are basically promoters. It's basically a bunch of different promoters who have their wild, weird parties. Like, not weird, but I mean, yeah, weird. They want to be weird. They want to have weird parties and do their things. And was this your first exposure to this type of club, like the club kid scene or anything?
Yeah, like I had been exposed to like Candy Kids and like rave stuff, but I didn't know that there was like because we didn't have clubs like here,
Yeah.
so I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, this was my first, like, kind of seeing this type of thing. And then it was also, there's some personalities strung through the movie from that were actually like the club kids, who kind of like were part of the scene, evolved the scene or what have you. Like Amanda Lepore, like makes cameos. There's a bunch of club kids that make cameos who I saw in other media because my family was very. My mom would watch like VH1 and E, and we'd see all the talking heads, and we'd see the fashion shows, and we'd see all that. So there was like it was weird because I remember watching the movie, and it's like, that's Macaulay Culkin, and like because it had that look of like the documentary, it already threw me off.
Yeah.
Because they're like, is this real life? What the fuck is what's
Yeah.
happening here? And then seeing the people that I recognized, and I was just a total like,
Like
totally,
what's happening?
yeah, it was a total what's happening here for sure, for sure. So this movie was like a lot. It was a lot when I first saw it, I think. But then it grew. I mean, I needed to see it again, and I wanted to see it again and again and again. We've seen this movie a lot together.
Yeah, I've seen this movie a lot. I just liked all the costumes and the outfits and it's a very sad story, but it's a fun movie.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, let's hit this cast list, and it'll give me some direction on how to tell what this story is about. If you don't know what this story is about already, Macaulay Culkin, we've already brought him up, plays Michael Alig. So Michael Alig was once a club promoter. This movie tells the story of him in New York. There's a quick, brief, like, discussion about his upbringing when Macaulay takes the camera over and such, but essentially it's about his life in New York, leading to when he and his drug dealer roommate, Robert D. Freeze Riggs, killed Andre Angel Melendez. This happened in March of 1996. So Macaulay Culkin plays this wild, flamboyant, gay club promoter who ends up. I don't know. Like, what's your description of Michael?
I mean, I felt like he just wanted to be part of the group. You know what I mean? Like the way they describe it's just he was from Indiana and wanted to be like he was sheltered and didn't know anything about and like was excited by the scene, so he wanted to just be a part of it.
Yeah, and he kind of did everything to push himself into it. Yeah.
And then got into drugs, and then like once you start doing drugs, like you don't care what you do to people. Like
became a big drug guy. Big drug guy. So yeah, Macaulay Culkin plays Michael Alig. Does a very good job. Now, might be a little controversial, because I mean Seth Green plays James St. James. I already brought up James St. James. Seth Green, we've talked about him before on this podcast, but you know, in Buffy, the Seth Green does a bunch of Robot Chicken. What else? Seth Green and
Idle Hands. We
talked about him in that. All the Austin Powers movies, all that stuff. But he plays when Michael gets there, that's who he meets, James St. James. And since James St. James wrote the book Disco Bloodbath, he's kind of like it's interesting because he's kind of the centerpiece, but he's not, like, he's trying to main character himself a little bit, but it's kind of just, well, this is my experience with this guy, and that I like that. Like I like that he kind of took charge of the story that way, and like. I think the characterization of James St. James in the movie and like the way he played it up and stuff, like I think that was also like he kind of made fun of himself a little bit within the story. You know what I mean? Like he knows he's vain. He knows he wants all the attention, right? So like just kind of playing up to that was kind of funny. That's what made it funny. Just like the dynamics between them and stuff.
Yeah.
Little controversial though that they're two straight men playing gay men, but it's not. I mean, early 2000s. It's not like it didn't happen back then. You know. Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's also like commendable for Macaulay Culkin to take this role at that time, coming out of being a child actor and shit like that. That's probably why he went so extreme with it too. But it was cool. Like, they were awesome. Chloe Sevigny was Gitsy. She comes kind of in the middle of it, but she's also, I love her. I love Chloe Sevigny. She's awesome. What else? What have we talked about her? Bones and All? Kids. She was in Bones and All, Kids. We talked about Kids. What else did we talk about? Did we talk about The Dead Don't Die? I think I brought it up.
I mean, we've mentioned it here and there, I'm
American
sure.
Psycho, I forgot she was in that. Yeah, she's one of the best to do it. Oh, Zodiac? Did we talk about Zodiac? No, we didn't talk about Zodiac. No, we haven't talked about Zodiac. I want to watch Zodiac.
We've watched it several times.
I know.
I know. I'm just saying. I think you
it.
said that one of the other times.
Yeah.
That you wanted to watch it.
It's just a very watchable, even though it's like a horrible serial killer movie.
Since we love watching documentaries, like it unfolds like in a way of like, okay, these were the first victims, and then these were the second victims, and then these were, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a documentary. Like they're in the newsroom, you get to see you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to see the people, like the behind the scenes stuff.
That's true.
So I feel like that's why because it feels like a documentary, or it's just unlaying the information.
I like it. Natasha Lyonne as Brooke. She comes in the middle of this too. What did you think of like her hairdo?
I mean, I thought it was hilarious because it's like, yeah, a lot of the like scene kids or club whatever or like raver kids, like it wasn't like you didn't have to be black to have like braids, like you know what I mean? Like everybody was doing all the stuff. But I liked her character. I thought it was funny that
she was doing all the stuff.
Yeah. She's hilarious. I love Natasha Lyonne.
Me too. I love Natasha Lyonne. Natasha Lyonne. I mean, what's the? Not Welcome to the Dollhouse. She wasn't in that.
No, I'm a cheerleader.
Yeah, but I'm a cheerleader. But there's another. Yeah, but I'm a cheerleader is one of the best. Slums of Beverly Hills, which I've never seen before.
I've seen parts of it.
Yeah,
I want to watch it as an adult.
Yes, me too. That's Alan Arkin and Marissa Tomei, right? Yeah, that's Marissa Tomei. But I mean, I talked about her on Uncut Gems because she was a voice. She was like a phone voice and stuff like that. But you know, she has that voice. She talks like that. Was she in American Pie?
No.
Yes. Yeah, she was in American Pie.
Oh.
She was like one of the best friends of somebody. Yeah, she was. She was in American Pie.
I didn't watch that movie as much as you did, I don't think.
Probably not, because I'm a young teenage boy.
I was a young teenage boy.
Yeah, I was a young horny boy.
I know. I don't know what this was business.
But I'm a cheerleader. That's a very good movie. Does that have a good soundtrack?
I don't know. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head.
Wilmer Valderrama as Kyoki, DJ Kyoki. He was okay in this. He was kind of just like the straight guy, like this, like the guy, like he was like, whoa, what? Whoa, man. Oh, man.
But I thought it was funny how like Michael Alig could just be like, oh, you're gonna do this and you're gonna do this, and like
you're gonna be my boyfriend now.
But I'm like, guys usually do that. Like, if you tell them what to do, like, they usually be like, oh, okay. Like, I don't have to figure it. Like, I can just do these things. Like, cool. So I thought that was kind of funny where it was just like, but I'm straight. And he's like, no. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, from stories that I've heard from my friends, like, yeah, it's that easy.
DJ Kyoki is actually, like, he did make him a club DJ. He did Michael Alig did, like, beef him up. After Michael Alig was released from prison, because he was released from prison, he died a free man. Yeah. But he did some more events post prison with DJ Kyoki and other people that were like involved. There was other parties that they got together and to do and stuff like that. So they still did parties and shit like that. Yeah. So I mean, so he was like there's back and forth on the dynamic of their relationship. Keoki becomes Michael Alig's boyfriend, and they do drugs together. Well, Keoki kind of does drugs first, and Michael Alig exposes himself in the movie to Keoki's drugs, and that's how he becomes a drug guy. He gets into drugs. So yeah, there's a lot of back and forth on that. I like I think he played it best when towards the end he sees Michael at the club when he's all fucked up and like when they're doing the blood feast. And he's like, "Whoa, you look like shit." Like that, I like that. I mean, that scene he acted real well. I think that scene was real good. Yeah, I like that scene. Specifically, like his acting in that scene.
Yeah.
But Wilmer Valderrama, he was Fez.
Yep.
He was Fez. I mean, he's gone on to do other things. Encanto. He was on Onward. So Disney stuff. What else? What other movies? Beauty Shop. He was in Beauty Shop. I never saw that.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He does movies. He does do movies. Wilmer Valderrama. Yeah, Wilmer Valderrama. Angel was played by Wilson Cruz. Wilson Cruz, most famous for what's that? My So Called Life. My So Called Life.
Yep.
We talked about that when we talked about Romeo and Juliet.
It's Claire Danes.
What? I mean, who was he in that show? Like it seemed like that was like
he was the best
like
friend.
his show.
He was one of the best friends.
Okay. Okay. Did he act the same in this movie?
I want to say in this movie, like when his character first gets introduced, like, and he's like shy and wants to be like, I would say maybe a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But like the whole like him being like selling drugs,
the drug
and
dealer,
like, no,
and stuff like that wasn't his.
No,
okay,
he was just he was the gay best friend. Like got made fun of, got beat up, did whatever, but like was still gonna be himself. Like he wasn't trying to like pretend he wasn't gay. Like he was gay and everybody knew it.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. He's in a bunch of movies. A bunch of indie movies. He was in that movie Supernova with Angela Bassett. Yeah, he was in that movie. Angela Bassett and Lou Diamond Phillips was in it, but that girl Robin Tooney. Do you remember? Okay, yeah. How do you remember that? That's wild.
Well,
like
I've seen that movie a bunch. I like that movie. Yeah.
What's it about?
Supernova's the one where it's Angela Bassett and Lou Diamond Phillips are like the heads of the ship, and they get a distress call from somewhere. So it's like the whole like, do we, don't we go? And so they decide to go. And the guy that ends up being on the ship is, what's his name? From Twilight, the dad.
Okay.
He ends up being the one that made the distress call.
Billy Burke?
No.
Billy... What's it? Oh, anyway, keep going.
The vampire dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so it ends up turning out that Angela Bassett finds him familiar, and it turns out that he's her ex-lover, but he looks like 15 years younger than he should.
Oh.
And it's because it's
I've
whatever.
never seen this.
Yeah, it's super good.
Huh.
It came out like that was another one that was from like Furs or Hollywood Video or whatever. But like he finds something in space that is able to do that. Like it regenerates your body and like does all this stuff. But he was like evil, and I know I've made you watch it. I could have sworn. Okay, we're watching this after.
Okay, cool.
But it's really good.
Dylan McDermott as Peter Gachian, and his wife Natasha, played by Mia Kirshner. Dylan McDermott. We haven't talked about him.
I think because of the American Horror Stories, we might have brought him up.
We haven't talked about that.
No?
Nah. So he was in He was in Murder House. He was in Murder. He was in the best season. Honestly, the best season of American. The first season was the best one. In all honesty, it really was. Everybody was in tip top shape, and it didn't get all Ryan Murphy'd up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, that the one that we saw recently was that Clovehitch Killer.
Yeah, that one was actually pretty good,
It
I
was
thought.
pretty good. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't do too bad on that. But
Mm-hmm.
he's pretty solid in his movies. Like he's got his ups and his downs, and he's always in indie movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I. This movie was just such indie movie.
Yeah.
This is indie. It's anything with Natasha Lyonne, fucking indie. Anything with Chloe, indie. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
then like it just had yeah. But Peter Gatian is like another figure in this. He was the owner of the Limelight. That's where Michael would throw all his parties at. That's where he kind of became known at the Limelight. Was it? Did I mistaken? Like, did he say he did it in the basement of the Limelight?
I think that's where he would let him have parties
Have those
because he
parties?
wasn't gonna let him use the main
Okay.
part of the club, but then it turned into like he was selling out, so that's why.
Yeah. And Michael
Mm-hmm.
Alig was actually selling out the thing, and so Michael Alig would throw the parties at this place. Peter Gayton was like, he he was alleged to have like drug ties and stuff like that, but I think it was more like all the drugs that were being brought in
Mm-hmm.
by Michael. That's why all the attention was being paid onto Peter and all this
Uh-huh.
stuff.
And then
There was other
I
financial
read
stuff.
too that they toned down the drug use because they thought people
Oh,
would find it too fantastical and unbelievable.
really?
But I'm like, oh, I so believe it. Like, 'cause I
Yeah,
just remember
yeah,
like, well, however much I thought I did, like when I finally did do stuff, like is like nothing compared to,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And
yeah,
like, so it's just like seeing what I saw in this movie is just like, oh yeah, they were totally, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
For sure, they were
mm-hmm,
totally doing more. There was total more. There was
mm-hmm,
total. I mean, there was probably worse stuff happening. There was probably dirt. It was probably way dirtier. It probably
mm-hmm.
looked a little less glamorous. Like, in all honesty, probably I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
more.
mean, it didn't. It. I feel like it looked how it should have.
Yeah,
Like it was just like
I just feel like
glitter and
yeah.
sequins look good. You know what I mean? Like it
It's
just.
also New York in the 80s, which was
Mhm.
also gritty and grimy, and it was like
Yeah, it was.
Reagan, the Reagan 80s. So it's
Mhm.
like, I don't know. But yeah, I believe that. I believe that they toned down the drug use I
Mhm.
mean, because of the actors that were being played and stuff like that. Yeah. I get that. I get that. But yeah, Peter Gatian, his wife played by Mia Kirshner. Mia Kirshner, I just recognize her from that Not Another Teen movie. She was like the fake Sarah Michelle Gellar in that Not Another Teen movie.
Oh,
Because they
she
did like a
was.
parody of
She was on the L
Cruel
Word. She
Intentions.
was
Oh,
on
Black
My
Dahlia.
New Best Friend, Black Dahlia.
What's My New Best Friend? What's that?
It's a movie. It's one of those. It was like another indie 2000 something movie,
Okay.
but of like college, like a college group of college friends, and
Huh.
there's a death that happens in that one too.
She's in Crow City of Angels?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in the Crow City of Angels as well. Exotica. I don't know. Adam. Ooh, that's. I just opened up this page for a movie called Exotica, directed by a person named Atom Atom
Mm-hmm.
Egoyan. Adam Egoyan. Yeah. Huh. I don't know. Adam Egoyan. I'll look into that later. But yeah, she was fine. She was just kind of like, rah, rah, you're not gonna do that. Nah. And she, she was rightfully suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was rightfully suspicious, and she took over the club at the end of it, basically. Um, the part that always gets me and that makes me feel icky is when Peter's in the hotel and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. Like it's just Angel shows up at the door,
Mm-hmm.
and then Chloe and Macaulay Culkin are in the tent, and they're just putting their little metal plates out for
Mm-hmm.
drugs. That always makes me feel gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a distinct scene.
I always just wonder too, like why did Angel keep giving him if he owed him so much money? It's like
Yeah,
why would you show up? Like I just wouldn't
yeah.
go. Like why did you keep giving him drugs if he owed you that much money? It's like obviously you're gonna just owe me more money,
I
and
mean,
everybody else was buying it. So like
yeah.
why?
I think the tipping point, like I don't think, it is that thing that power thing that Michael got in it, where it's like he held it over his head, like, I'm the one that da da da. Like, without me, you'd be nothing. You'd be blah blah blah. I'm the one that made you the drug king. Like, I think that was like the thing that he held over him. And for me, like, looking at it this time, it's like it wouldn't have escalated that much if he wouldn't have just that time that they did all his drugs.
Yeah.
If they didn't do all his drugs that time, he would have just kept feeding him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he would have just kept feeding him. Like, it would have just kept going on that. And it would have been a fucking overdose or something. You know what I mean? It would have just led to that. So, yeah, it played... I mean, yeah, it was pretty... Yeah. So, them two, the club owners. Let's see, anybody else? The mom was played by Diana Scarwood. Do you recognize her from anything?
She was the daughter on Mommy Dearest.
Oh. She was also in What Lies Beneath. Was she the other woman in What Lies Beneath?
Maybe.
Jodie, yeah, right?
I feel like we always put that movie on and we never, like, I never see the end of that movie.
Right.
Never.
Same. We don't. So what are we watching after this? Supernova, and then we're watching What Lies Beneath at some point?
Sure.
We're trying to again. And then Marilyn Manson, we've brought him up before, but plays Christina. I mean, we do love Christina in the movie.
I love Christina. Yeah. She was so messy. I loved her.
Yeah. She was an actual person, and she actually died. I believe I read that based off an actual person who actually was like, it was like a turning point when she died in the movie. In the movie itself, like when Michael hears that, he kind of has to turn off the. You see that he turns off. He knows how to dissociate. While James St. James is like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like, hey, no.
Christina died. Like, why are you acting like this?
And a slew of other character actors. So that is the cast. It's a wild cast. Let's get on to the music, which is also, I mean, it's, Casey said it. It's like, it's been her favorite soundtrack. She said it to me earlier.
Yeah, this one, like, as a whole, it's been my favorite to listen to because it wasn't like I was skipping songs. I wasn't like, ugh. There was a couple of songs where I'm like, meh.
You know,
but this one was it was the funnest one. Like, if you want to work out, if you want to clean, if you want to, like, get a task done, like, this is a really good soundtrack.
I had no idea that this soundtrack was going to be this good. Like, the songs were cool.
And it's funny because I was already real familiar with a lot of the songs and the artists that were on here.
Okay.
So for me, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, I didn't know this was on here. Like, because I heard it separate from the movie, or I didn't realize that's where it was from.
Take Me to the Club by Mannequin is the first song that comes out. I couldn't find anything about Mannequin, but this song's fucking sick. Like,
it's so fun.
It's very, like... Is it like krautrocky? Is it like krautrocky, kinda? Is that kind of what it sounds like to you?
I don't know what that is.
Like fucking Kraftwerk, like German rocky, German techno, early, that type of stuff. The only things I find here are Mannequin Pussy, Jack's Mannequin. Like, I'm trying to find Mannequin.
What year did this song come out?
That's what I'm looking for it. Like, I can't find, it's just on this soundtrack. Wow. Yeah, I'm just finding different, Mannequin Wave.
Hold on, let me see something.
Yeah, I don't know. I like this though. Like, I really like. It's a good opener. Do you remember when it comes out in the movie? I don't either. Okay, I found Mannequin's YouTube page. Oh. So Mannequin's YouTube page. Oh, This is like the only... Mannequin's YouTube page has this and one other song. Take Me to the Club and Throw the Keys. Updated 5 days ago. Yeah, 50 views, updated 5 days ago. So somebody under the Mannequin moniker loaded this up 5 days ago. That's crazy. Right? Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. I like that song. I like that song a lot. That was a good song. Next song is by Ladytron. I recognize this song. This riff I recognize. But also it kind of sounds like that LCD Sound System song that Had you heard Ladytron before this?
Yeah, it was like, it reminded me of, well, maybe it was after, it was like in beauty school, like that's what it reminds me of.
Okay, yeah. Ladytron is an English-based electronic band formed in Liverpool in 1999. Consists of Scottish lead singer Helen Marnie, Bulgarian Israeli Mira Arroyo on synths and vocals as well. Let's see, Englishman Daniel Hunt on synths and guitar, Robin Wu on synths. Yeah, they've done a lot of stuff. Ladytron, they're still doing stuff. They're still They've started in 1999, working to the present. Currently, I want to see what label they're on. They've done remixes for like Goldfrapp. I mean, I've seen their name around for Goldfrapp, for Erasure, for Gang of Four, for Rajan Murphy, 9 Inch Nails. They've done stuff for 9 Inch Nails, Soulwax. Wow. Yeah, they got their name from the Roxy Music song, Ladytron. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I guess they were DJs first when they met, and then they started making music together and such as that. Good song. I do very much like that song. The second song.
Third song.
Third song. The third song is by Miss Kitten and the Hacker. It's called Frank Sinatra. This song's fucking sick.
This song I remember hearing this just because I liked Miss Kitten.
Yes. So where did you hear Miss Kitten from? Where'd you hear of Miss Kitten?
Like, that was during the time of, like, beauty school. I feel like it was college, like, I don't know.
Yeah, this is like the first. So, Miss Kitten.
Oh, this is the first time you heard this song?
This is the first time I heard this song. For the soundtrack.
So fun.
Yeah. This, So I started watching, so she did a resident advisor podcast. Like, they have a podcast, and she did an episode, and I started listening to it, and they were just talking, it's just like about her career, and like how she started and everything. A French electronic producer, DJ, singer-songwriter. She's known for this song, for Frank Sinatra with The Hacker, and 1982, her single 1982. Let's see, The Hacker, is Michael Amato. He's also a French electro clash and techno producer. Most noteworthy is this song with Miss Kitten.
That's what electro clash. I
Electro
forgot
clash.
what that like genre was called.
It's cool. The Hacker has done work. Oh no, he was influenced more by The Cure and Depeche Mode and stuff like that. Okay. I think he's done stuff. No, okay. He's just related to people like Cabaret Voltaire, things like that. But I like this so much. This is very much like gonna make its way into DJ sets. It's got like this is this old that old school like very like condensed drum sound, like that type of 4 on the floor. That's my shit. Like anytime I hear that, what's that? What is that? That's cool. Very much liked it. Next song. we actually saw Felix the House Cat at, which one was it? Which one did we see him at? The one where we saw Tegan and Sarah and all that. What was that festival called?
Reset.
No. That festival.
Just Like Heaven.
Just Like Heaven. We saw Felix the House Cat. We danced to him. Money, success,
this one was
fame,
one of my least
glamour.
favorite songs. And I know it's like such a big deal for the movie, but I'm like, meh.
I like this song a lot.
Yeah.
Why? What don't you enjoy about it?
I don't know. It feels forced.
Huh. A little bit. It's because I had to play this part.
I know.
Because Macaulay Culkin talks on it.
I
like,
know.
I like that. Yes, I get, but I understand. Like, I know where you're coming from. It is like yes, it is. It is a little forced. It is a little forced. I do need to talk about Felix the House Cat. Felix Stallings Jr. But
I like Felix the House Cat.
American DJ. We both very like. I didn't know how much shit of his I knew, and that like made its way into my circles. Yeah. Just then when we're listening to him, and then when we're there, like listening there, he pioneered like acid house stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, electron. What is it, like house, techno, big beat. Let's see. He does a little electro clash too. He's great. Great. This isn't his biggest song, is it?
No, not even.
What's the biggest? Oh, man, what's the song that I heard from him? It's, that's gonna bother me. I'll probably bring it up when
Hold on.
There's a song called Silver Screen Shower Scene. No, that wasn't that one. I don't know. Casey's looking, and while Casey's look, I'm gonna vamp a little bit and say that he's done remixes for Passion Pit. He's done remixes for Britney Spears. He's done remixes for Lady Tron, the Chemical Brothers. He did a remix to Androgyny by Garbage. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, that Die Another Day, the Madonna song. He did a thing of that. He did a remix on that. He did a New Order remix. Okay. Pet Shop Boys.
He did I know you don't really care for this band, Mike Snow.
Oh yeah,
that song Sylvia. He did a remix.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And then that Sinner Man. I think that Nina Simone song Sinner Man. That everybody does a remix of that song. Everybody does it. There's another one that I use. Who is it? Vega. I forgot his name. Tommy Vega. Johnny Vega. Yeah, I use his remix in Sets of Mine. It's a good remix. That's a good remix. I should listen to that one. But yeah, it's Felix the House Cat versus Pop Tarts. Don't know much about Pop Tarts. Couldn't find anything about Pop Tarts. We have little Pop Tart-esque snacks downstairs in our cupboard. They're pretty good. These little special cakes. We just bought a bunch of them. Like a bunch.
I mean, it's not that many.
I mean, I don't know. Fuck you, Sam's. You're My Disco by Waldorf. The Fisher Spooner remix. This has the same. I'm not mad at it, but it does have the same, like, saw wave synth. I do like this a lot, though. You're My Disco. Yeah. So can't find anything on Waldorf. So let's look at Fisher Spooner, who did the remix to this. Fisher Spooner is an electro-clash duo and performance troupe formed in 1988 in New York City after meeting in school. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know it was like a whole collective type of thing, but mainly by the group, named after the group's founders, Warren Fisher and Casey Spooner. I think they do solo stuff. Like Spooner does more solo stuff as well, and performance arts based stuff, more artwork based stuff. Yeah, this is a cool song though.
Yeah, they were all just fun.
This is a very fun song. Yep. My disco playing. That's good. You are my disco playing on the radio. You are my disco. We're having a little dance party over here. And Casey was cleaning her fucking ass off today. She was
Right? I was like
cleaning...
sorting. This is such a good song to like this pile here and that shirt there. I'm gonna throw that away, and then it was so good. The time flew.
Yeah. Next song is by Stacey Q. It's like Stacey Q's hit. It is the song that Stacey Q is most known for. If you don't know,
Now you know.
now you know. It is, oh my gosh, what's happening here?
It's so fun.
Two of Hearts.
I love that scene too where they're just dancing to it in the kitchen. All of Seth Green's little dance moves.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. So cute.
That's when it came out. Yeah.
You should do that for Halloween.
Two of Hearts,
wear
Stacey
wear one of the outfits that he wore in the movies.
There's some of them that I'm like, ew, they creep me
size.
out. There's
The troll
The troll
one?
creeps me out. I won't do it. I won't do the troll. I won't do anything like
The
'cause
Cabbage Patch.
the nails. The nails creep me out.
Oh, you're silly.
It just I can't. I don't know why.
It's funny.
There's certain ones that I'm like, like that I saw that were just they turn me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Two of Hearts by Stacey Q. I need you, two of hearts, two hearts to beat as one. This song is in tons
Yes.
of movies.
Tons.
Most notably, for everybody out there. I know you guys, Casey, you think about this. I know everybody knows it from Hot Rod. The Lonely Planet, what is it? The Lonely Island.
I was like, am I seeing that
Yeah.
or not? Your table was just going, boo.
Hot Rod, the Andy Samberg
Oh, brother.
smash hit.
Wah, wah.
This song, it's like they're just like punching the air and dancing in the parking lot, like they're just doing shit to it. It's just the funniest part. It's the funniest, smallest snippet. Oh man, I love that movie.
It's not better than Seth Green's little dance, little.
I know, yeah. I'm not
So
disagreeing
cute.
with you. I'm
I
not
know, I'm
disagreeing
just
with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. Stacey Q was an American pop singer, singer-songwriter, dancer, actress. This is like it was a number 3. That it reached the number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. That's the highest it got. In 1986. She has since not done much. She's on an indefinite hiatus. Oh, Stacy's Better Than Heaven was re-released in 2022 with bonus songs and remixes. So she doesn't have to do anything. Like
No.
this song paid for everything. This song paid for pretty much everything she does in life, the way she lives, and it's just a song that's just gonna pay for everything. Tom Kraft, Overdose. I like this song a lot. Now we're hearing a whole ass commercial in the background. DJ Tom Kraft with Overdose. Look at the album art on this. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like the way this song starts off. This one's like tough. This one, like, I could see, like, a 9 Inch Nails remix, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, I could see, like, a more, like, it's kind of industrial. I want to say this is my favorite song. on the album. I do love money. Like, I love that money, sex, fame.
No, not more than this.
Not more than this, though. This is sick. This is fucking cool. So DJ Tom Kraft, Thomas Bruckner, he's a German DJ, specializes in progressive house, progressive trance, and such. So this song, he's known for having, his most known song is a song called Loneliness, which was released in 1999. Let's see, he does a lot of techno. Oh, he died in July of 2024 at the age of 49. Wow.
That's so young.
That's so young. Yeah, 49.
Oh my goodness.
That's scary. Yeah. He did pass away at the age of 49, July 2024. Yeah, July 15th. So rest in power. Rest in power, man. This song rocks. Your legacy, this song, we'll keep this song going. I'm gonna put this song in my DJ sets. Dedicated to DJ Tom Kraft. Imagine he was like a serial killer or something like that.
Aye.
And he died by like gunfire. Like,
you would see that.
you don't think so?
No, highly doubt it.
The next song is called Get Happy by the Happy Thought Hall.
Yeah, this was one of my other least favorites.
I could see that. Na 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 na. Yeah. Happy Thought Hall. I can't find much on Happy Thought Hall. Yeah. It's just this, really. It's funny because, like, I search Happy Thought Hall and, like, other things come up. Like, for some reason, Len is popping up. And then for some reason, I'm a Robot is popping up. And, yeah.
I mean, I could see that because I'm a Robot is like this, lots of little
I could
sounds.
See that, yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Busy. It's busy.
Yeah, this is very busy. As opposed to this next song, Vitalik's La Rock 01. When I was listening to it at first, Vitalik's Rock 01, I was like, is this playing? Is something playing? Is something happening here? It just kind of like, it just does that for a while. It seems like the main sounds are kind of subdued in the beginning, and it has just like a very long intro. So I'm gonna kind of, there you go. It picks up here. But for a while, that like that was like, I was like, is that actually happening? And am I hearing that? What's going on? Pascal Arbez Nicolas, best known as Vitalik, is a French electronic music producer. Still working. Started in 1996. He's 48 years old. Electro Clash as well. Electro House, techno. So I'm like, Electro Clash is more like the driving stuff then, huh? It's more like the boom, boom. Okay. This was on his debut album, OK Cowboy. Oh, no, wait. It was on the mix album. No, wait. Oh, wow. Okay, so this was the when it was premiered, it was on Miss Kitten's mix. Like, this made its way to Miss Kitten's mix, and that's how it like got a prominence. This song itself. Wow. Her DJ mix album, On the Road. That's pretty cool. Oh, he became good friends with the hacker. This guy, Vitalik. So all these, like, yeah, all these soundtracks and stuff, they have their, I mean, it seems like a lot of the people have their own connections and stuff like that. We'll see. Tones on Tail. Go. So, fun fact. We kind of saw Tones on Tail.
We saw them from the merch line.
No, we were leaving.
Was it?
Yeah, they were like one of the last bands to play.
On which day? Oh, was it with Peter? Like,
it was like the last day that they played, like the last play day.
Wait, of which festival?
Of Crow World.
There's only one day.
Okay, well they were like the last band to play on Crow World. At Crow World.
They couldn't have been. There was somebody else bigger than them.
They were the last band to play on that other stage.
That's what I'm
this
saying.
last one that we went to.
That's what I'm saying. You're confusing me because that's not. Um. I can't think of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. You like this song?
I do like this
I like this song too. Tones on Tail was a British post-punk band. They were a side project of Daniel Ash from the group Bauhaus. Is this the one that was like a super group? Yeah, right. It was Daniel Ash and let's see. Originally as a duo with Glenn Campling. Let's see. Later on, Haskins, Kevin Haskins, and Diva Dompe are the other members of the band. And I mean, they're obviously still doing stuff because we just saw them, or we just had the chance to kind of see them on the side.
Yeah.
We saw people wearing their shirts all day, and we're like, I was like, who is that? And like, what's up? And what's going on with that? But like, I guess I wasn't that hardcore of a fan or anything to have known. Yeah. People were more hardcore than I. Yeah. Just like, remember that lady that did she made her own Susie and the Banshee stuff, and we were in the line with her, and then she canceled that day.
Yeah. She was like, I can't stand.
Yep. So Tones on Tails go. I like this song. Yeah. Nina Hagen's New York, New York is the next song. That's the song I stopped on, like right in the middle of, and I picked up right in the middle of, so I didn't get to listen to much. Man, okay, that's what it is. She's the godmother of German punk. That's who she is. Yes, Nina Hagen.
And like she can sing like in so many different octaves in one, like.
Yes. You know, like when I was digging into more like dance punk stuff, like how can I say it? Like, who was like a contemporary of Gang of Four, and other like or Kraftwerk and things like that. She did pop up. Like now that I remember, now like my memory is being refreshed. As well, she did pop up when I was making an episode of the old show that I had on TPG radio with Louise. I remember I was trying to do like a dance punk type of thing, and then I included one of her songs on it. Yeah, Nina Hagen. I mean, she's German. Is she still around? Yeah, she's still around. She's 69 years old. In East Berlin. Ooh, cool. East Berlin. From 1971 to the present. Wow. So she's still releasing music? Her last thing was released in 2016. Guter Damerang was the last thing that she released. Was in 2016.
She was considered an opera prodigy by the time she was 9 years old.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, this Guter Damerang is like a rock music film promoted as the loudest silent movie ever. The film features a score provided by a live rock band. The film features Iggy Pop, Grace Jones, Henry Rollins, Lemmy, Nina Hagen, Tom Araya, Slash, Jesse Hughes, Josh Homme, and Justice. Guter Damerang. That's wild. Nina Hagen. Fuck yeah. This song rocks. New York, New York. 1983's New York, New York. This next song is Party Monster by Scissor Sisters. No, not Party Monster. It Can't Come Quickly Enough by Scissor Sisters. What do you think about Scissor Sisters?
I remember them becoming popular in the 2000s. And there was one song I remember being like a real popular song of theirs for a bit. But they were never like I didn't really like listen to them
Right.
so much.
So they had their Grammy nominated chart topping song was a disco version of Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. Let's see, their other Filthy Gorgeous was another song that was like a number one hit. I Don't Feel Like Dancing is another song. Bono at one time described them as the best pop group in the world. Scissor Sisters. They're an American pop band formed in 2000. So their current lineup consists of Jake Shears, Baby Daddy, and Del Marquis. Former members include Animatronic and Patty Boom and Randy Reel. I like this. I like that. They incorporate diverse style, pop rock. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, I can never pin them down because they do so much. That's what it is. I don't like. It's so much stuff that the Jake Shears has a podcast himself. It's actually pretty good. I heard his episode with Saint Vincent. It was very cool. It was very cool, and they talked about that like just nightlife, just make like bands, being punk bands, being queer, being in punk bands and being queer, like things like that. Like it was very cool. It was very cool. Yeah, so yeah, good on them, Scissor Sisters. I don't know, it's everything I've heard from them. Nothing's ever like been like, oh, this is my shit. This song's nice though. It's a very nice song. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I just feel like compared to the other ones, like it's just more
Yeah,
mellow.
it is very much more
you know what I
mellow.
mean?
Yeah, It Can't Come Quickly Enough by Scissor Sisters. Inside Out by WIT is the next song. Like the sounds kind of started off like that Sophie song, like that, like that. Yeah. What do you think of this song?
This one I didn't care for either.
Yeah, I like the drums though. I'm not gonna lie, like. But yeah, we could move forward from this song. Because there's also not much information about WIT. Oh my gosh. Chevy commercials popping up here and there. Yeah, there wasn't any information on WIT, so they're a victim of the soundtrack. I haven't brought up that phrase in a while, victim of the soundtrack. Kiss Me by Stephen Tintin. I like Casey has this look when she's feeling it. She closes her little eyes and she feels it. I like this song too.
It's fun.
Couldn't find much on Stephen Tintin either. Oh, okay, that's why I couldn't. Okay, so Stephen Tintin is also known, his name is Stephen Duffy. He was a founding member, vocalist, and bassist of Duran Duran previously.
I was gonna say it just sounded so
yeah, okay. He's co-written music with Robbie Williams, Stephen Page. Yeah, he's a singer-songwriter. Okay, that's what it is. I was just searching for that. He created the band Tintin with John Mulligan and Dick Davis of Fashion, and Andy Stoker Grocott from Dexy's Midnight Runners, and Bob Lamb, who used to produce UB40. So that's where this song came from. So it's kind of a super group of sorts.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like it. It's cute. It's a cute song. It's a fun, cute song. Next song is a song called Give Me Tonight by not this Wix ad. You know, I want to pride myself in not trying to aim for being a podcast that goes for advertisers. I'm not going to do that. I think I want our advertisers to be things that we use.
For sure.
Weed stuff, if there's any like food stuff, any movie stuff, any music stuff, we're all here for it. Guys, if you're out there, if you have these kinds of companies, we're down for that. But oh my gosh, so many ads on so many things now. Just I'm seeing so many like Wix ads. I'm seeing so many just all these liquor ads and stuff now. It's like I don't fucking drink. I don't know. I don't want to see that. I'm seeing that like so much. Ugh. Whew. Okay. Getting back to it. Give me tonight. Oh yeah. Freestyle is making a comeback.
I know it is, and like there's very few freestyle songs that I do enjoy, but it's not my favorite.
I know it's
like
not your favorite. I
Style,
know
the genre,
Yeah.
like it's just not my favorite.
And you know, it hadn't been mine either. And then me and Rico just had that like one of those first chill sessions, and we're just listening to a bunch of freestyle, and I get it. And then he showed me some of his stuff. Shout out to my friend Rico. Shout out. But he showed me some of his stuff, and like the way he kind of adapted the freestyle drumming, like just because they're so sporadic. So she's kind of Shannon's a one-hit wonder in ways. This wasn't the hit. Her hit was the song "Let the Music Play."
Yeah.
"Let the Music Play" was her hit. Yeah, "Let the Music Play" was her hit. But this is cool. It is a cool song.
That's why I liked her, Shannon. I did like.
But I get you, cause this reminds me of like my mom and Bernie, and like when I'd be like, change it, like, you know what I mean, like.
It's because there's a lot of songs where it's just like it sounds too similar, like it all sounds the same.
Yeah.
Like it's too.
They have a vibe.
You know?
They have a rhythm to them. They all have this. Yeah. I get that. But this was cool. How to Be a Millionaire. How to Be a Millionaire is the next song by ABC. By A. When did this song come out? I think I remember.
I don't know.
It's like on the tip of my tongue where I can see.
This song totally reminds me of like an 80s like intro to a movie, like they're doing the credits.
Yes.
They're showing people driving on a highway,
Yeah.
people walking through the mall.
They're in LA.
Going through the elevator. They're like, yeah. That's what this song reminds me of.
A dude on a beach, like just flexing.
Yeah, just people riding bikes. Like.
People riding bikes. ABC are an English pop band that originated in Sheffield in 1980, evolving from their earlier ensemble Vice Versa. Their classic formation featured Martin Fry as the lead vocalist, Mark White on guitar and keyboards, Stephen Singleton playing saxophone, and David Palmer behind drums. They had 5 U.S. top 40 hit singles. ABC. I don't know. Yeah, it's very that. It's very exactly what you described it as. Yeah, I couldn't say it any better. Can't say it any better. We'll move on because that was really good. The next song is the original mix of Crash by DJ Kiyoki. I like the song. What do you think about it? It's but I like it.
I get it. It's to me, it's just filler. Like it's like a song for voguing.
Yeah,
like if you have a voguing contest or like a something. But it's like you can't like listen to it.
No.
You know what I mean?
I wonder if Kyoki has better music, but I don't know. I couldn't find. I know that there's like mixes of Kyoki's original mixes from like, you know, back in the day type of thing. There's people that did bootlegs, but there's also like he's done mixes and stuff like that. But yeah, like, you know, not every DJ has to be a producer. You know, it's a little everywhere. It's okay. I like it though, but like this is kind of everywhere. Like they just want like people to just be moving. They just want move. They just want you to move. Yeah, yeah. The next song is hilarious. One of the best songs on here. La La, the La La song by Marilyn Manson, aka Christina.
It was so funny in this movie. Like,
I know.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's really fucking funny.
I read too that he showed up with his own blonde wig, his own butt, and his own fake boobs.
Awesome. Look, guys, the Marilyn Manson thing, like I know he can probably be shitty, but I could appreciate this point. I could appreciate this song. We could appreciate it. There's worse things to worry about than Marilyn Manson in 2025, for sure. La la. I just like how it's like very low effort.
Blasé.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like even now it would be even more because it's so like I'm going to. What does he say?
Then I'm going to eat you. La la.
What does she tell James St. James when she's about to start the truck? Welcome to my something, and she has the acid on her tongue.
Yes, it puts it on the tongue.
And she's like driving the semi in the parking lot. Hilarious.
Yeah, it's awesome. She dies. But that part's very funny. It's a scene in which they're having a rave in the back of a semi truck, and she is on drugs and driving the ravers around, or not getting to drive the ravers around, actually, right? Like the cops stopped them before.
I mean, that's just the way the scene played out.
Yeah, that's the way the scene played out. Good is bad. By Headrillas. Couldn't find anything on Headrillas.
This is another song that reminded me of like that last scene of the birdcage where it's like the drag show and they're walking out.
Yes.
Like that's what this reminded me of.
Yeah. This has that vibe to it very much. That, or it could be on a Danny Boyle soundtrack. For me, it could fit not on his best soundtrack either. It could fit on the beach.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's because the vocal is a little bit like the Underworld dude. A little bit. Not very much.
I can see what you're saying.
But there's a little bit of that, his twang there. Yeah. Everything good is bad. Everything
and then it's just very repetitive, so it's hard to not get it in your head.
It's also very like kind of George Michael-y, like
That's
later
why it's
90s
like
George Michael.
anthem.
Later 90s George Michael. I want to listen to some George Michael now. I hear that the Wham George Michael documentary is very good. There's one.
I'm sure
I hear
it
it's
is.
awesome. Yeah, I want to watch that. Yeah, and this is a soundtrack.
Oh, I show on Wikipedia it shows Santa Baby.
Santa Baby.
Santa
Baby. Santa Baby. Na 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 na. By Cynthia Bassinet, but then it's also there's an Eartha Kitt Santa Baby. Okay. Christmas is over. Santa Baby does play. But guys, everywhere we went.
Yeah.
Everywhere we went.
After the 31st, there should be no more
No
Even
more.
after the 30th, no more Christmas music.
Everywhere. And still, there was Christmas. Yes, right? Where did we go to eat that there was Christmas music? Where was it?
Anywhere.
That Chinese place.
Yeah.
That Chinese place. Yeah. And it was a Chinese restaurant. It was a Chinese restaurant. It was New Year's Day and they were playing Thanksgiving. I mean, Thanksgiving.
They were playing Thanksgiving
music.
You're ridiculous.
They were playing Christmas music. Like, what the fuck?
Ridiculous.
What the fuck? All right, guys. That was great. Like, this movie is great. I mean, just it's pretty hardcore. The story's bad. I mean, Michael Alig killed a man.
Mm-hmm.
And his drug dealer killed the man too. Okay, so they killed Angel and they left his body in the tub and it started smelling. So Michael sent Freeze away to buy a knife or knives and like a cleaver from Macy's from their kitchen department, so that they could then dismember Angel's body, place it in a box, in which they continued to have in their apartment for a few days, and then they took a taxi. And while the taxi was moving, I think I read while the taxi was moving, or they made the taxi stop by the river, and they tossed the box into water, and then the box was later found by a bunch of kids. It was later found by a bunch of kids.
Oh man!
The dismembered body, the remains.
Wow.
Yeah. So killing him. So they bashed him in the head with a hammer. Mm-hmm. He was still kind of struggling, so they started smothering him with a pillow. And they also, in the movie, the scene with the rat at the end where he's like telling them what. Oh man, that was pretty hardcore. Like that was good. That was good. That was good to be like, hey, this guy's not a good guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, hey, look at what actually the fuck happened to this fucking guy. Like, but in the movie they inject him with Drano. In what I was reading, it was that they were making him, like, they were pouring it in his mouth.
Force-feeding it.
They were force-feeding him Drano, and thus he choked and suffocated that way and such on Drano. So, and they taped his mouth shut, too. They taped his mouth, yeah. So, like, he was brutally murdered.
Yeah.
He was brutally murdered. Michael Alig was released in 2016. He was on, like, parole and stuff, but then he, eventually got out of that stuff, and he reconnected with, like, Keoki, James St. James, and was still a socialite, and was still a promoter, and held nights and stuff. Died of a heroin overdose in 2020, but it was, like, fentanyl. It was fentanyl in his system, too. So it was fentanyl heroin overdose.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And then 2020, like, if that was, like, during COVID,
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Because what they said was that at the beginning of it, he was hosting, like, online raves and stuff like that with the same organization that he would do the in-person stuff.
Wow.
So, I mean, he just went for a hit, and, I mean, fentanyl, man. Like, that shit's crazy. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, he's dead. He's dead now. He served his time, right? He had a lighter sentence because he did give like some information about Peter Gatien and stuff like that. Like he had like a lighter time in prison and stuff, and that's why he's out. And even though it was like kind of like a more brutal murder and stuff like that,
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, was justice served? And I mean, also, if Angel wasn't a gay drug dealer, like, they probably would have cared a little more about it, too. Michael Alig, a white guy, So, like, yeah. That's where it is with that. All right, guys. Okay, hey, great time. Great time on the MonoStereoVideo podcast. Great time on MonoStereoVideo.
I also read that they did use some of the exact costumes.
Yes.
just to make it look more
Yeah,
authentic.
Casey Corner, hair, costumes. What's up?
I mean, I didn't get much far into it, but I did read that about that they did use a lot of the costumes and stuff.
Yeah. What did you think about all the hair and you know what I mean? Like,
I love all that
what
stuff.
was your favorite costume?
So I liked Gitsy's costume just because it was just the face masks that were making the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought that was cool, and it was just back then I was like, oh, I could never be able to wear something like that.
Ooh.
But I just thought it was cool. I liked the troll costume. I did.
Just creep me out.
There was another one that he did that was so good.
He did like a blue face one that I liked a lot. Or for Christmas when he just came inside the house with his little blonde hair and his
sequins
and his
and a unitard.
His medias.
I just love all that stuff. Like that's why I loved like getting to the OP early, and I would just go into and just watch them get ready. Like it was it's so cool.
This movie, like the reviews are mixed. Like people kind of hate it sometimes. They kind of, but I like it in the fact that like I think there's a good balance of like this was a very horrible situation. And it's a very fun movie.
I boxed this movie into the category as a play. Like, it's not necessarily a film for me. It's like a musical. It's like
I could see that.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to,
could be on
like,
stage.
it's very fantastical
Yes.
telling of what happened. And, like, I mean, it was a fantastical time.
For sure.
But to me, it's just like it unfolds like a play, especially the mouse on the couch and telling that whole story. And, like, there's always music playing. So for me, it felt like a play, even though they're not singing, like, just their little, like, scroll-a-daw and run-a-da. Like, they're still, it was very musical for me.
That was also a thing. Skrink, skronk,
their little
Skrod.
language.
He had a little...
I like that, too, because that's what happens when you're around your friends or you, like, have your little sayings. And
yes, they had their own little friend language. I mean, they meet Natasha Lyonne and Gitsy because they go on tour to find more club kids. They establish the club kid. These are the club kids, quote unquote. That's what they're called. The socialites of the New York rave scene in the late 80s, early 90s, and they had these wild, ornate costumes and then there is talk shows and stuff. People were there is like Michael Alig like actual interviews and shit out there, I believe, pre all this stuff happening too, right? Like there was like maybe like a Donahue one or something. Oh, John Stamos comes out in the movie.
Yeah,
John
and
Stamos
does like a parody of a talk show, but they were on the Geraldo Rivera.
Geraldo Rivera. Yeah. Good movie. Casey, one of her top soundtracks for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like one of the funnest. Like, I could listen and like I could put that on again just to listen to it.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of songs on it, but yes, very much so. Next movie is gonna be a surprise because we need to decide real quick. But it's gonna be a surprise for you guys. We need to decide on what it's going to be. But thank you very much for listening to us today. So now anything to plug, love? Anything to plug?
I mean, we're gonna have a few before. I mean, I'm turning 40 at the end of the month.
Oh yeah, Casey's turning 40 at the end of the month, so
20
we're gonna
days.
have a few. Yeah. Yep. Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
I'm gonna be 40.
I'm gonna be with a 40-year-old. It's so cool.
That's so crazy.
That's so awesome.
I'm gonna be 40.
That's so hot. Yeah.
I'm excited. Anybody that I've talked to that's in their 40s or older is like, oh, if you loved your 30s, you're gonna love your 40s, and I'm like, that's awesome. I love hearing that. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. I'm very excited. So yeah, so we'll be having a few before then. We're probably gonna stack up a couple just so that when we're on vacation, we're a little bit more comfortable with shit. We got some fun stuff planned this year. We are gonna hit Rock Docs and stuff this year as well. Extra content. I don't know if I can make a lot of shit happen. So whatever I can make happen and stuff, I will post it. I will let you all know. I do want to do these music video watch-alongs. I did one already. I have one in the can, but it's been much for me to get to it to edit it. So this, like, I do want to put stuff on the Ko-Fi page. I think I'm gonna have it more as like where we can share and stuff and like do stuff like that. And there's extra stuff, cool. But check out our Ko-Fi page if you are able to donate and help out, keep the show afloat. We do this for the love of it, out of the goodness of our heart, to keep the lights on. I still gotta keep this thing hosted and stuff as well. So if you are so inclined to, feel free to donate. If not, share us with friends, share us with people who you know love movies, who you know love music, who you know love music and movies,
or just want to laugh.
Just
like
want to
they
laugh.
can laugh. Yeah.
I think we're funny at points. We're kind of funny sometimes. Even
if you don't find what we're saying funny, you can laugh at us.
You can very much laugh at us. Yes, you can send them our way to laugh at us. But we love doing this, and we love talking about music and movies and soundtracks. And if you know somebody that would like this, invite them our way. They're more than welcome. They're more than welcome as long as they know Free Palestine, right? As long as they know that. That's one rule. As long as they know love is... Okay, another rule. Love is love. Love is love. And free Luigi Mangione. And free Winona. Free Winona. Yes. As long as they know those core 4 things, they can be a fan of ours. And they can be cool with us. Yeah. So they're welcome. Thank you very much. You can find us on Instagram at MonoStereoVideo. I think that's the only one I'm going to mention on this. But, my stuff, jjcaballero.com, because that's more public and out there and stuff too, But yeah, all that stuff, all the links below and in the below. Thank you very much. And we'll listen to you later. Yeah.